Welcome back everyone to another Bitcoin update. So I wanted to zoom out on the longer time frame just by a little bit, just to kind of explain a little bit more of our preference and for what we could possibly be in. So since this low of February 5th, we have had a 3-wave move and a possible A wave. And then we have had a B or a 3-wave move and a possible B wave. So all this could have been an A, B, and then now we could be in the very start of this C wave, which either could be all filled out as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move, and then that could be all of the B wave. Otherwise, I have highlighted this 100% extension for the C wave, which is at 81,000, and then the 1.618%, which is at 91,000. So there is a possibility that we do form a 5-wave move up. All that could be a first wave, then we get a second wave move down, third wave, fourth wave, and then a fifth wave, and then that could be all of our C wave, because the C wave should be 5 waves. So we could expect a possible rejection within this area between 81 to 91,000 if we are indeed in that larger 5-wave scenario. Otherwise, this technically could be valid for a 5-wave move up if we get another high, and then that is why I highlighted this could be all of the wave B. That's totally possible. It doesn't have to hit this 100% extension, but it's ideal. And even in this 5-wave move, we could just have an extending move up to hit that 100% extension, or maybe go a little bit higher, and then we can get a rejection from there. So we'll kind of have to wait and see for how price plays out. We have seen a bit of a consolidation for the past couple of hours on the shorter time frame. We said last video that it wouldn't be surprising if we see a little bit of a move down and then or a catalyst up, and it seems like we got both of those in one. We had this corrective move down to about that 70,000. It got to 70,400, I believe, so pretty close to our target with the liquidity, and then we had a catalyst event that has pushed the price up so far. So both happened basically in the order that we wanted them to, so that was very nice to see. And however, we haven't really broke anything important for this move that we've had so far. It's only a 3-wave move, so this could just be a larger A, B, C, and then we can possibly work on that 5th wave to the upside, assuming we hold support and we don't break below any important swing lows. So that's kind of what we will have to look for. As of right now, price is just kind of moving sideways. It's consolidating, and we'll kind of just have to wait and see for what the next price movement will be. Now, if we head over to the RSI, we have formed a bearish divergence again on this 1-hour RSI. Whether it reset, typically when it resets like this, I guess it is still a valid bearish divergence, and it is definitely something to look out for. A higher price that has closed that candle, and then a lower high on the RSI. So that's pretty important to look at. But obviously this move that we could have had, that could have just reset the RSI. Now this is just the start of another move up. Now that is what we'll kind of be looking for right now. And same thing for the 4-hour RSI. We do have that bearish divergence with candle closes as well. So we'll have to see if maybe this is just a larger 3-wave move before we can start heading higher. That can always be the case as well. Now if we head over to the liquidity, we were looking for 7 days should be a little bit more clear. We're looking for that range at 69 to 70,000 that got hit, and it got hit to 70,400, not fully to that 70,000 range, which is what we were looking for, but it got pretty close. And then we had that catalyst push up, which got us to that 72,000. I think 72,300 I think was the highest it got. So it also came back to liquidate that, but we still have overall on the 30-day, we still have more longs than shorts. So we could possibly expect, if we are indeed in that white scenario, if we get another high, it would make sense to liquidate some of these shorts, and then on that larger second wave pullback, come back to liquidate some of these, whether it is just to this 70,000 range, or maybe we go to 67, 68,000. But we'll kind of have to wait and see for what that will look for. If we head over to the heat map, It is pretty much the same story. We're just right in between the 24-hour heat map of both 71,500 and this larger zone up here at 73,000. We're going to zoom out to the longer time frame just so we can see, get some better levels. But yeah, we have liquidity below us building up, but we have that large zone above us at that 73, 74,000 range, a little bit higher to 75,000 as well. And on the weekly chart, we also have, once it loads, yep, same thing, large liquidity above us and then a liquidity zone right below us. So all of this is also building up as well. So what we can expect, let me see if there's anything on the 2 week that stands out or if it's just the same thing as the 1 week, which it will be, yeah, pretty much the same thing as the 1 week, that little zone above us and then large liquidity building below us. So I want to say this too, this is still only a 3-wave move. What if we break below support and we just go back to ranging again? That's something that you have to look out for. This structure that we have is it's going to be fragile and it's going to be easy to be broken, especially with liquidity. And what if we break below here and then we try again from this larger support zone down here on a 5-wave move up and a 3-wave move down? That's something that we also have to look out for. That's why looking at liquidity and RSI and just different indicators is so important, as well as price action, swing highs, swing lows, and resistance and support. That's why it's going to be very important to look at those when we get these different moves. So this very well could turn into an extended correction and then we can work our way up. Otherwise, if we do get another high, that would be very ideal, because then that would be a 5-wave move up. We'd get some nice momentum, and then we can possibly form a 3-wave move down, which could take us back into this price region down here. Doesn't have to. Sometimes wave 2s can be very shallow and just sideways, and then we could possibly go up from there. That's always a case or a possible case scenario, which is why we will look for bearish divergences on the larger time frame for the RSI to indicate what we possibly could be in. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.